This is an eyeshadow by Kat Von D, and I don't own many of her products. I do have one of her eyeshadow palettes, which I really liked because I love the variety of the shadows. And yeah, there's something really nice about her eyeshadows where they're super pigmented and very like nice true colors. So this is a new product from her, and this is her Shade Shifter. When I saw this, I forget, I think it was a beauty blog or somebody had just a little screen photo about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to try and get that. That is so nifty looking. And this color specifically is On the Road, and these are kind of like duochrome eyeshadows. She had 4 different colors. I chose this one, On the Road. These are the ingredients. There are no parabens! Yay! Kat Von D is not an all-natural brand, but I was really worried because when I saw this, I was like, oh, I really want that. But then I've kind of been deciding in my decluttering and my attempts to cut back on buying random things. My new kind of goal is to be like, no parabens. I really don't want any products with parabens. I just want to try and be able to cut them out, and in that way attempt to cut back on some things. I know it's really bad, but this eyeshadow is really interesting because it says to coat the damp sponge with the eyeshadow and then apply along the lash line, swiping from inner corner to crease, blend and repeat for added dimension. So it's supposed to be used wet or dry. And yeah, the packaging's really pretty. I love this little Kat Von D. It's like this black, matte black with these little like tattoo graphics. It's actually a lot of product too. This is 2.76 grams. Granted, it wasn't the most cheap eyeshadow that I purchased, but it's like a lot of eyeshadow actually. I really like too that you can see the color from the front. It has a little mirror in there, so that's always great. And it comes with a nice sponge tip applicator. This thing is actually like interesting. It's very wide and flat. It's different, I don't know. But it's actually not too bad too. It doesn't scratch my eyelid too much using it. So this is what the color looks like, and this one was just so interesting to me because I don't even know if I can get the camera to catch it. Oh, there it goes. So see how it's a brown? It really is this kind of dusty brown color, which I think is why it's called On the Road. And it has a little bit of maroon burgundy hints to it. I mean, just ever so slightly. There's a little bit of plum in there. Do you see that? And then the duochrome effect is that the shimmer in it, as you tilt it, and it catches the light, I mean, it just turns a completely different color. It's like this awesome green, blue, teal, iridescent color. I mean, it's really, really, really pretty. I thought it was so interesting and so unique. Just something really, really different and kind of one of those shadows where it's like, I don't know. I had to have it, obviously. So you can see how it has quite a bit of shimmer to it, and that's kind of how you get the duochrome effect from it. So I'm going to go ahead and use the sponge tip applicator and just give you one swatch, and this is what it's going to look like dry. Because I don't know if I'll use it wet. It's really pigmented. I mean, do you see that? How gorgeous that went on, and that's dry. I mean, it is super, super, super pigmented. And it's really, I really love the color changes to it. There's something really nice that's kind of neutral and everyday where it's the brown color, like the brown base. But then obviously this like kind of peacock teal green color pop is just really different. I think it's going to be really gorgeous for fall. Okay, and now I have wet the sponge, and so this is going to be what it looks like when you apply it damp. So it's supposed to just have a lot more color intensity. Quite honestly, I don't know it is that much of a difference because, do you see it? Both of them look very intense to me. I think if anything, applying it wet will give you a little bit more control, you know, so that you can really kind of create an eyeliner kind of effect with it. But I almost like it better dry. I'm not a huge wet dry eyeshadow person anyways. I really don't utilize wet dry eyeshadows very well because I hardly ever use them wet. But this color is really gorgeous dry that I don't feel bad about that. But it is supposed to be used wet or dry kind of thing. But the pigmentation and the color payoff, I mean, it's just amazing. It's so gorgeous. And this is even just a finger swatch. So do you see how like you can really build that up? I think, let me decide where to go here. You could do like a really nice light sweep with it, or you could really kind of just build the intensity up. But I mean, all three swatches, I think it's got really great color payoff, goes on really silky smooth. Not the most creamy or most silky eyeshadow that I've ever owned, but definitely really nice. I mean, there's not going to be like patchy spots or anything like that. So I think you can really go a lot of ways with this eyeshadow. If you're a person who loves to smoke out your lid, you can very easily create a very multi-dimensional look just using this one shadow. I'm not a huge smoky eye person, so I totally intend to kind of use this as like a very mild smoky eye where it's predominantly more like an eyeliner. But like I said, I just thought it was so pretty, so unique. And yeah, I just can't get over how the duochrome effect of this color is. It's so cool. So hats off to Kat Von D with this color. I think it's really gorgeous. And this is her new Shade Shifter eyeshadow in the color On the Road.